Cameroonian, my dear compatriot ladies and gentlemen, a few days ago, I gave the illegitimate regime a 48 hours deadline to proceed with the immediate release of all political prisoners and arbitrary detainees. In that time, only a small number among the thousands of detainees, mostly minors who should never have been there, have been released from their cells. I take note of that. However, the gesture remains very insufficient. It is merely a masquerade aiming at deceiving our people. There are still many, far too many, in detention, and arrest continue. The regime has chosen to disregard this appeal, just as it has disregarded your votes, your voices, and even your life. Since then, I have remained silent. I have listened. I have observed. It is therefore my duty today to break this silence. I address you with seriousness, solemnity, and respect. On October 12, 2025, you spoke. You made your choice. And for daring to defend that choice, some Cameroonians have fallen under the bullet of a desperate regime. They fell in the streets of our city, hunted down, beaten, and tortured. They fell so that the truth may live. They were minor, young adult, father, and brave mother. They were Cameroonian. They are today our martyrs. In their memory, in homage to their sacrifice, and in fidelity to our common oath, in my capacity as a president-elect, I decided that Friday, November 21, 2025, as a National Day of Mourning. This day will be a public holiday throughout the national territory. No businesses, no office, no administrative services should operate. This will not be an ordinary day. It will be a day of silence, remembrance, and reflection. I invite you to observe a minute of silence exactly at noon, 12 p.m. throughout the national territory and in the diaspora. United in grief, but standing in dignity. I call upon believers of all faiths to gather in their place of worship, to pray, to entrust to God the souls of our loved one, to sanctify the memory of the righteous struggle. This coming Friday, November 21, will not only be a tribute, it will be an act of resistance, a collective offering in memory of those who have fallen. Like the hero of 1955, those of May 26, 1990, or the uprisings of 2008, who never received a national recognition, the martyrs of this electoral crisis will enter the history of free Cameroun. We will thus present to the world an image of a united, dignified, and supportive people who yield neither to fear nor to electoral theft, and do continue in honor to build the Republic of the sovereign people. A support fund for the victims will also be established. We will clarify the detail in due time. To all I say, this day unites us in sorrow, but also in the promise of a better tomorrow. A tomorrow where justice will replace impunity, where education, health, and infrastructure will be the priority of a state reconciled with its mission. Our action to respect your will is grounded in a clear and structured plan. New instruction will be given in the day to come, aligning with our strategy of active and passive resistance. I state this firmly: I will not betray. I have received a clear mandate from the people to uphold the truth of the ballot box and to engage in the moral and political reconstruction of Cameroun. I decided to dedicate the rest of my life to fulfill this oath of loyalty to the Cameroonian people. The outgoing regime has chosen to swear on the Bible after stealing an election. This perjury seals its own end. It is not our role to save it. We do not negotiate with dishonor. We do not legitimize electoral theft through backroom maneuvers. And I reiterate, so that no one doubts, I will never back down. I will never negotiate. I will never capitulate. Long live the Republic, long live Cameroon, and may the Lord Almighty, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to bless and protect our nation. Thank you.